Hey everyone, Bluebridge here, and with the Chelsea managerial merry-go-round to continue at the end of the season, I'm going to be talking about the options that we have available. So, unless something incredible happens between now and the end of the season, it looks like Pochettino is a dead man walking. For him to save his job, I think we need to win the FA Cup and maybe a good run towards the end of the season to us to get into the top 6 or so. Then maybe the board will think again about whether to sack him. But at the moment, it's not looking great. And I think he is okay. He's had a lot of bad luck with injuries, or is it bad luck? Is it the way he's trained the players? And the cards that have been dealt with him haven't been great with a young team when he's been crying out for senior players. But again, he has to take some of the blame, right? As I said before. One of the things that he could have done better for me is to endear himself to the crowd, because he came with a Tottenham reputation, so it only took 1 or 2 bad results for the crowd to turn on him and call him Spursy and to point the fact that he's an ex-Tottenham manager. And we've seen that he has got no connection with the fans. We saw after the comments that he made against Brentford, where he hasn't really found that connection. And most good managers, what they do, even people like Jose Mourinho, people like on Conte, people like Thomas Tuchel, they had that connection with the fans. We don't know if it's genuine or not. No. A lot of people saying it's genuine. I don't know if it's genuine, but it's smart. It doesn't have to be genuine, it just has to be smart. It's got to have most of the fan base thinking that they've got that connection, and what it does, it buys them time. And Pochettino could have bought himself a little bit of time if he had a better connection with the fan base, but he's distanced himself. And I think that's the same issue with labelled at our previous manager as well, Potter. That's the problem with him. He just didn't inspire the fan base, and you've got to win over the fans as well when you're implementing a brand new footballing style. So there's that, along with other things, why he doesn't. And the other thing, one of the other things, there's many things. I think one of the other things for me is I just don't like the way that he's tried to, or not tried to, integrate the youth into the team. I didn't do a match report against Brentford. I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't do a report on it. Just seen the goals. But from the comments he made after that game as well was about the midfield being tired. He's just recalled Casadei from his loan spell at Leicester, and he didn't play him. So what's the point of having him and not playing him? We have Liverpool in that cup game when they brought on all these kids who are sort of not really tried and tested. We've got people as good, if not better, in our setup who could have been called on, and I just don't like. He's got nothing to lose by putting these players in, and the fact that he's scared to blood these youth, something that he was known for at Tottenham. And so one of the reasons when he did come in, I thought, you know what, he may be a good fit because of the way that he integrates younger players, but it hasn't proven to be the case at Chelsea. So there's 2 managers who've been spoken about as favourites to take over, and in one corner we've got Zerbi, the other corner is Amorim. So I'm going to just be assessing quickly these two managers. Zerbi, first of all, because he seems to be the flavour of the month, and he splits the fan base, because a lot of fans are thinking about the disaster, what happened when we hired someone from Brighton, and going back to Brighton for another manager is giving them sleepless nights, giving them nightmares. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of fans don't want him, and the fact that he hasn't won anything. He's had 7 managerial jobs, I think. His win percentage rate isn't great, 43%, I think it is, or 44%. But you have to look at the clubs that he's been managing, sort of mid to low table clubs. The only success he had was at Shakhtar Donetsk when he won a cup there. He was top of the league, actually, just before he had to leave because of the war that broke out in the Ukraine. So so as a serial winner, he's not there yet. and the jury's out whether he can take a club, take on a big club with high expectations and still implement his football and be successful with his football. That's the cons out of the way, but the pros are that he's actually worked with Caicedo, he's worked with Colwell, he's worked with Mudryk, and he once said about Mudryk that he's got potential to be a Ballon d'Or winner. So if he can get him to fulfill his potential and work with him, and there's glimpses of a good player in there with Mudryk. He just needs some good coaching. Is he the manager who can unlock the door? He worked with, I know he hasn't worked with Fernandes, but he's worked with a similar profile in McAllister. So can he get that Chelsea team playing good, winning football? And so those are his pros. So only time will tell. We don't know. With Amorim now, he's 70% success, 74% I think it is. He's got a high win rate. He's done it all in the Portuguese league. He's actually a winner as well. He's won their league title, I think 2 cups as well, and a Super Cup there or something. So he's in his short managerial career, he's already proven to be a winner. He plays a good brand of football as well. But for me, with him, with the profile of player we got, we can have the same problems, the same issues that we have with Pochettino, in that he bypasses the midfield a lot. There's a lot big gaps between the midfield and attack, and so you're requiring a strong running midfielder who can cover the ground. So if we have somebody like N'Golo Kante still there, for instance, he'll be perfect for that setup because he's a guy who can get around, athletic enough to come around. But we've seen that with Caicedo, and Caicedo's getting there, I'll say. But if we look at someone like Fernandes, he's not that physical type player, athletic type player who's going to cover the ground. He's not in the Premier League. He's a little bit slow, I think. So he will benefit more from a possession-based type manager who's going to have closer lines when you're in between attack and midfield and defence. So you're not going to have so much space to run into. So that's why somebody like a Zerbi would probably be a better fit for the players that we've got in there at the moment. So out of the two, I'll probably say Zerbi for now. I'm not one of these guys who thinks he's going to come in and be an automatic success. I don't know anymore with managers. And I'm taking those two aside, by the way. A lot of people are saying, no, they want serial winners. They think that people like Mourinho to come back, which I think, in my opinion, he's a wrong fit for these type of players. He's a finisher. He's not a builder. Some managers are builders, some are finishers. He's what you call a finisher. He can take a team who have kind of been built or semi-built and put the final touches on this team to make them a success. So with this young batch of players, in my opinion, I just don't think he's the right fit. Some people are saying Zidane. Again, he had a very good team at Real Madrid. Has he shown any evidence of being able to take a young side and to raise them and allow them to play good winning football? The jury's out, similar to Hansi Flick. And the thing is as well, who says that these managers want to come to Chelsea? At the moment, Chelsea needs somebody who's going to come in with their reputation intact, with nothing to lose, and to build a team. These guys, they've got high reputations. If they come to Chelsea and get it horribly wrong, it's going to have a bad mark on their CV. So are they even going to want to come to Chelsea? So a lot of our fan base, we got to stop thinking that way. Oh, we can get any top class manager in the world. We're not the Chelsea that we were a couple of years ago. So we've got to remember that. So we've got to lower expectations. That's the reality. I keep saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not settling for a mediocrity, but the reality is, at the moment, gone are the days where we can just go out and say, yeah, we're going to get X, Y, or Z as our manager, and it's going to happen. We need to look at where we're at the moment and the profile of manager where we get in as to suit the players that we have at the moment. First thing, and the other thing I like to say about the Zerbi, Amorim as well, sort of thing, they can galvanise the fans. I think they can unite the fan base. Whoever we get anyway, there's going to be they're going to be divided, because I've already seen arguments for and against both managers, and you've got the Amorim side and you've got the De Zerbi side. So you're gonna, if things start to go wrong, you're gonna have one side of the fan base saying, "See, I told you we should have got that one," or vice versa. So can't win really. But whoever comes in, if they start playing, getting us moving up the table, start seeing positive results, I'm sure that nobody's going to be complaining at the end of the day. We're in a results-driven business. The guy coming in has to hit the ground running after 2 years of mess, really. It'll be good to see somebody just come in, give us a lift and play a good brand of football, a winning brand of football, and put the smile back on the supporters' face once again. So, who do you want? Stick it in the comment section below. Is it one of the two that I've spoken about, or the other 4 I've spoken about? Give your reasons why as well. Let me know. And don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications to be notified when I make a new video. So take care. Bye-bye.